It's Friday.
And that means it's 7:02 Unplugged.
This week, as mentioned earlier on, we're joined by Jesse Clegg, and this comes after a couple of weeks ago. In fact, just over a month ago, he released new music, a new single that hit the airwaves and certainly digital platforms. And it was music made during what has been, the most bizarre of times for many of us this year. And Jesse joins us this afternoon. Jesse, good afternoon. Welcome to 702.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for your time. So this year you were creating, well, it said that you were creating some of your best work in Los Angeles. Tell us about that.
Yeah, just before lockdown, I was in LA. I've been there up and down for the last 2 years, writing and recording my new album. And this song was the last song that I managed to record just before the travel ban kicked in. It was a great experience. I was in studio every day and I had a long trip planned, but then the whole world came to a standstill, and I actually I caught literally the last flight out before the whole world went into lockdown. I would have been stuck in either LA or France for the entirety of the first few months. So it was quite a stressful time, but yeah, it was a wonderful experience to record this song, and I felt like it had some I guess relevance to what we're going through right now, because it's really just all about being open to inspiring moments, even in difficult times, and how life has some unexpected turns. And sometimes those unexpected turns can be really positive. So it's just about keeping an open mind.
So the song is called Speed of Light. And you were just saying that, you're working on your album, which is obviously quite, in addition to being a creative process, the process of creating new work is quite demanding. And for a lot of people this year, it hasn't, been the kind of space or the kind of environment where, people can find inspiration or find creativity. So how have you been finding or creating that space to make new work as, we live in these, to use the cliche, unprecedented times?
Well, I think, in interesting times, it's actually a very stimulating time to be creative, because time that I would usually be spending traveling or performing, I have had to stay at home. And when you're at home, you inevitably start to reflect on your life, and you start to reflect on the moment you're in and where you've come from and where you believe you're going. So I think that everyone in this moment is having those thoughts. So I think I actually have been quite proactive. I've been writing a lot. I'm actually sitting behind me is my little home studio, and I've been recording and writing a lot over this time. So initially it was quite jarring, and seeing all the shows basically cancelled or postponed, and realizing that this year was going to be fundamentally different to what I expected. But once I settled into it, I found some kind of a creative place that I could go to and talk about this experience. I think I'm not alone. I think everyone has been going through a reflective moment right now.
In terms of your album, what kind of sound are you working on? I was looking at a description about the Speed of Light, and it described it as an exciting variation on your, the sound we've come to know you for. So are you kind of playing around with different sounds for the album? And do you know when we can expect it? No pressure, we won't hold you to it. But is there a release date in mind?
If we had spoken and this year had gone according to plan, I would have had all the information about my future. But now, as I said, I've been recording it in LA, and everything's been pushed back because of the all the situations that are going on. So I'm not actually sure, but I have written about 60 songs for this album. So I've got a lot of songs to choose from, and it's really just a matter of deciding which ones to record next. In terms of my sound, I'm an artist. I'm a solo artist. I don't work with a band. I don't work with other musicians who are part of my project. So for me, I really just have to follow what my creative instinct is telling me. and I have to go where I am personally interested in, and what's, I have to just go on my own journey and find the next thing that is exciting to me. So this album, I wanted to work with completely new people and try something a little bit more in a sort of modern pop contemporary vibe. It was a really exciting experience because it's something new for me, and I like artists that experiment and that push themselves and push their own boundaries, and I hope that I always am able to do that. So I think that's really my long-term goal as an artist. I hope I can keep experimenting and pushing my own boundaries.
Okay, thank you so much. So 60 songs written, which sounds phenomenal. And of course, we will, well, not the new stuff, but we will be hearing some of the music that Jesse has entertained us with before, some of his other hits, of course, because it is 702 Unplugged. And of course, you can send us your SMSs on 31702, your WhatsApp messages on 072 702 1702. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jesse. And of course, it is 702 Unplugged, which means it's time for the music.
Move, dance,
Sing along. This is Unplugged
on 702.
Fight the gods, played against the odds, build a house of cards with no ceiling. It falls down and then I start over again, try to make a life worth leading. I've lived this night 100 times. If this tunnel ends, show me the light. Where's the light? Wait a minute, if I blink, I miss it. You're the dream I'm wishing would come true. My heart's racing like a car chase. Basically, I'm starstruck when I look at you, and I feel love again. And you came at the speed of light. I feel love again. Suddenly you're here and I don't know where you've been, but you came at the speed of light. I feel love again. Love again. Now I feel your touch, but my mind just rushes to the times that I've been broken. And the emptiness is the consequence of a heart that I can't open. It's been so long since I believed anyone would face the dark with me. Dark with me. Flip this night 100 times. If this tunnel ends, show me the light. Where's the light? Wait a minute, if I blink, I miss it. You're the dream I'm wishing would come true. My heart's racing like a car chase. Basically, I'm starstruck when I look at you, and I feel love again. And you came at the speed of light. I feel love again. Suddenly you're here and I don't know where you've been, but you came at the speed of light. I feel love again. Love again. Hey, let's leave tonight. We're flying at the speed of light. Come with me. Let's leave tonight. We're flying at the speed of light. Come with me. Wait a minute, if I blink, I'll miss it. You're the dream I'm wishing would come true. I've been looking for something to lose. I've been looking for something to prove. Oh well, it's hard to find yourself. I've been looking for a brighter day. I've been looking for the words to say. Oh well, it's hard to even tell. Looking at the sky and I'm wondering how I got here. And all I wanna do is tell you about my fear. Standing on the edge and I'm looking at your face. Tell you how I feel. Tell you how I feel. These are the things I can't replace. I've been living in an empty room, walking in someone else's shoes. Oh well, it's hard to find yourself. I've been waiting on a better view, holding out a light for you. Oh well, it's hard to even tell. Looking at the sky and I'm wondering how I got here. And all I wanna do is tell you about my fear. Standing on the edge and I'm looking at your face. Tell you how I feel. Tell you how I feel. These are the things I can't replace. I've been looking for a brighter day. I've been looking for the words to say. Oh well, it's hard to find yourself. What's holding you back lately? There's one place left, we can take this. We've got time, time to break the rules, time to play the fool all our lives. Petrified, trying to play it cool, trying to play it cool, can't deny it. We were sipping on this love like free tequila. We were dancing when this world was standing still. And you said this fire made you a believer. So baby, if you love it, let it burn. Let it Time to break the rules, time to play the fool all our lives. Petrified, trying to play it cool, can't deny it. We were sipping on this love like free tequila. We were dancing when this world was standing still. And you said this fire made you a believer. So baby, if you love it, let it burn. Let it burn. Burn. Let it burn. Burn. Baby, if you love it, let it. Don't leave me hanging, I'm calling. Forget what your friends say, I'm all in. This ain't every day, this ain't nothing. This happened like an explosion. It fell straight into the ocean. Need to admit that I'm falling. We were sipping on this love like free tequila. We were dancing when this world was standing still. And you said this fire made you a believer. So baby, if you love it, let it burn. We were sipping on this love like free tequila. We were dancing when this world was standing still. And you said this fire made you a believer. So baby, if you love it, let it burn. Let it burn. Burn. Let it burn. Burn. And baby, if you love it, let it burn. Yeah. Burn. Let it burn. Burn. Baby, if you love it, let it burn.
Fridays mean unplugged on 702.